Hi there, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are continuing our little mini series on work, planning, and playing. Welcome
Yes.
to Apostle of Success TV.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Lynetta Dent, Apostle Lincoln Dent,
Yes.
and we're going to just keep the subject going
Yes.
as we begin to show couples, especially those of you that are really, you're at a place where you're wanting to really take your time back.
Yes.
You're saying, look, we're a couple, we've got to make some new decisions. We're wanting a
Yes.
better life.
Yes.
And primarily we want our time back,
Yes,
so that's where
absolutely.
this idea for work, planning, and playing came from. We decided last week, we said, what, let's just pack up and let's go do our work in Destin, Florida.
Yes.
That way we can work, down there, finish up some stuff, and then have a good time.
Yes.
So we're going to work, we're going to plan, and we're going to play.
Yes.
But how can we help couples that want to live like that, Apostle, begin to make those decisions? That's what we want to help you with, hopefully,
Yes.
today. So what do
Yes.
you say? What could you say to the men? What could we say to
Yes.
couples to really help them get going in a work, playing, and planning sort of life?
I would say first wanting to work, plan, and play together.
Oh, it's so good. So we've got to want to do it together.
Yes,
We got to want to do this together.
Because I've seen men that they were successful, but they were not working with their spouse.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they had their own thing going, and so we're not against you do your business because you have the individual business, but we love to do things together.
I got you.
31 years of marriage, we've learned to do a lot together.
Yeah.
I would say that'd be the first thing, wanting to work together.
Okay, so we got to make a decision.
Yes.
So we're going to put this in a little order. So number one, make a decision about the life that you and your spouse want to have.
Absolutely. Yes.
What is that life that we want to have? Because
Yes.
how did we come to that? We didn't have a bad life, but we didn't have time. It was
Yes.
like our time, because you
Yes.
were working all the time.
Yes.
I was working from home, raising the kids, and it was like we're in ministry. It was like something is off here
Yes.
because it
Yes.
seemed like we were just losing time.
Yes, we were. I would say as a man, difficult situation. I was taught to be at a place physically to work. And so God was showing my wife and things that I could do that I could retire,
Yeah.
I could come off the job and
Yeah.
do the things that I enjoy doing. I think men, we have to begin to listen because God gives you a wife where she'll have insight.
Yes,
And
yes,
that will better your life and help your life. And so I think that was the thing I had to do because I was so focused on, well, this is what I was taught. This is what I saw.
Oh, that's so good.
So I was doing this
Yeah,
and doing this, but
yeah.
it was taking that time.
And we were also clashing
Right.
because like you said, most men are trained to be providers.
I made that comment
Right.
before. I
And
gotta
we-
provide.
Right. And we're not saying don't men. That's
Right.
not what we're saying. But what we're saying as a couple is that we're wanting something, but we don't even have the idea capacity. We don't even have the capacity at that point to create it
Right.
because we're clashing. I'm wanting one life.
Yes.
And, I'm like, look, I want to go to New York for lunch.
Right. Absolutely. You say I want to fly in. And at that time, my mindset wasn't thinking about, we're gonna fly in and eat lunch and come back.
I was
Fly
like
in
in a
and stay
day.
for a couple of weeks.
No, I wanted to stay 24 hours and come
Right,
back.
and come back. But in my mind, mentally, I couldn't grasp that. I couldn't engage
I'm sorry.
which is good because that was a weakness. And I think
Yeah.
we have to, as men,
Yeah.
we have to realize our weaknesses
Yeah.
and know that our wives bring some strength. And it's vice versa.
Yeah.
But as a
Yeah.
man, most of the time I'm just that person. So not. And what happens, we can close our ear.
Oh, that's so
To
good.
hear,
That's so good. So good.
Especially, I'm saying I want to work together, but I wasn't willing to hear.
Okay, I got you.
know.
Well, what I did, even though he didn't want to hear, one of the things that the wife, we look at ancient wisdom, a wife is called an Ezer Cognectum. You hear a lot of men talk about the Proverbs 31
Yes.
woman. She's very innovative.
Yes.
She's going to help him with his name, being named, be known in the gates and all this
Yes.
stuff. The other thing we need to understand is she's also called the helper.
Wow.
But the helper is not a position.
Come on.
It's a position where I can recognize your weakness.
Yes.
And I realized that because you had other strengths. You have
Yes.
other strengths, where I'm weak at, my husband's strong, and where he's weak at, and we clash over that at times. We've been married
Yes.
31 years. You can still get
Absolutely.
that twisted up.
Yes.
But at that time, I was able to see that you didn't carry the capacity,
Right.
but you did carry the capacity to care for your family.
Yes.
So I began to work at home. It
Yes,
started, I
absolutely.
just started, I'm praying. I'm like, God, this is just not the life for us. I just don't see a life of constant struggle,
Yes.
and that's going to start affecting the marriage, I'm like, And God began to deal with me and began to show me, listen, you can have the life you want.
Yes.
You've got to create it.
Yes.
And to create it, and for for these sustaining results, you're going to have to begin to recreate and regenerate some new beliefs. You're going to have to put some old ideas because you're only a belief away from the life you really want.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what I began to focus on. I didn't really care what he was saying. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't care because in my mind, I knew that there was more to you.
Yes.
I knew there was more to me.
Yes.
And I knew when I opened the scriptures, the Lord did not tell me that I was have to spend my life struggling. And I'm not saying everybody's going to be a multimillionaire. That's not what Success TV is about, because I don't believe Success TV is $1 million. Success is a holistic process.
Yes.
Success is journey, and success is different things to different people. But for me, I'm just saying I knew I wanted a greater life.
Yes.
Because I knew we had a lot to offer. I knew we had these skills and talents and gifts and all of these things. I knew we could help people, and so God began to show me how to put that in motion, regardless of how you were communicating, because your thing was, honey, I just can't see it. That's okay, but I can.
You can. Yes.
I can. So what do you want to say about that? That's
I want
really
to
cool.
say, and you use that word, you said the helper, and I will say this, women, listen.
Oh.
You didn't do any complaining.
Oh. Thank you, baby.
You begin to seek the face of God, because you say, you know what? If I complain, I'm going to hinder him. But I tell you what, I'm going to get some answers that's going to help him.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. Yeah. You was about your business. She wasn't at home. Look, I would come home, house clean, kids take care of, but she was about her business. And so you were able to help me, because I seen some women, they man go to work and they're at home doing nothing.
Oh my goodness.
You were quite the opposite. You was about the Father's business, because you said, I see something in him, so I'm going to get some answers from the Lord. Yeah. And you begin to present things. Yes, I was rejecting it at first.
And I was bucking.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna put him down, but I was bucking.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna buck against that life.
Yes.
So
and what happened, I'll say this, man, I began to see manifestation in her
Come
life.
on, Apostle.
And that began to start dealing with some strongholds that I had as a man.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Better than I can tell you.
Yeah. I think I told you that.
Yeah.
I said, I tell you what, I got something for you.
Yes.
I said, Lord, let him see.
Let him see.
I did. I said, Lord, let him see.
And I saw. Yes, and I would definitely.
He said, and I saw. I saw.
Yeah, say that. So, begin, as you said, seek the face of God, and don't complain about it. I'm not saying you don't have conversations.
Almost definitely.
But you was about the Father's business, and you saw. I tell you what, where my weakness was, you said, I am his strength.
I am. Well, really, you are. Whoever's carrying it. But in this situation, it was one where, like the Bible says, you're the helper, but that is not a cook. Wow. Even though I cook.
Yes.
That was not a dishwasher, even though I wash dishes.
Right.
My title, according to the word of the Lord, wasn't about any of that. It was about, because the Bible says I was made for you.
Wow. Yes.
So that's a powerful position as a woman, as a wife.
Yes.
And so I thank God for that. But I did buck. I'm not going to sit on here and say I didn't.
Yes.
But I was about that biz. And here we are 31 years later. Like I said, we'll do another video to really talk about our challenges in the 31 years, because I think we're in a time where people need to hear the truth, where they can learn and say, God, thank God somebody's going to be honest about what it really takes to stay this long in a society where everybody's quitting. A lot of people are quitting. But God began to make it clear, listen, you guys are a tag team ministry, but this is just a struggle he's having, just like I could have a struggle. He was like, but I need you to step up in this. And as a result, 31 years later, my husband is retired. And now we work for ourselves. Work for ourselves, and we can work, plan, and play anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. We can pack our bags and just say, hey, you know what? We can work remotely anywhere, because now we've created businesses and a life that affords us to do that. So I think that's some really good wisdom. Anything else that can help the couples? And guys, work on this now. Work on this now. And I will say this, have the tough conversation.
That's it.
Because if you dodge that conversation, that wife is hungry, crying out. She's tired of taking care of the kids by herself.
Yes.
Maybe she needs a nanny. Maybe, I'm not saying all the superficial stuff, but I'm talking about maybe she just needs something. And sometimes men are just not hearing us. And sometimes the women are not hearing.
Yes.
Sometimes you have a man that's like, look, I want better in our life. And the woman is fighting.
Absolutely.
She's kicking up against that he wants better. He just does not want to be poor. I don't know why we believe that in Christianity,
Yes.
Western Christianity,
Yes.
right?
Absolutely.
But I think we need to have the tough conversation and be okay. Again, it might get heated.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you got two opposing ideas,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
And
you know what? I'll say this, and you may have said something, I may have said something, but just hear what we're saying.
it's so
Because
good.
I may have gave you my weaknesses as a man, but you may be a woman with the same weakness.
Oh, it's so true.
And you just said if the husband, so just hear what we're saying,
Hear what we're saying,
and apply.
and apply. It will work.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it's gonna work. And I tell you what, it doesn't even take long. There is such power in
Yes.
agreed.
Yes. Now that's yes.
And agreed doesn't mean we think the same.
Yes.
Agreed doesn't take away from your individual ideas and
Yes.
passions. My husband loves what he loves. I like what I do. Hallelujah. But agreed means on the primary things we're going to come together.
Yes.
Because we know there's power if we agree that we are going to have the life, that we're going to work. And we're not going to work hard. We're going to work smart.
Mm-hmm.
We're in our 50s now. We're going to plan. We have to plan, right?
Yes.
You can't deal with wealth and stuff like that if we're not planning.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to play.
Yes.
And we teach this to our staff, our team.
Yes.
Guys, we're going to play hard. We're going to work smart, but we're going to play hard too.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to enjoy what we do with a clear understanding that there may be days of challenge.
Yes.
But it's not supposed to be our entire life as a married couple, especially in the kingdom of Yahweh.
Yes.
What you got, Pastor?
I
got excited.
That word you just said about agreed, and I'm clearly seeing it until with this retirement alone. I'm just dealing with the retirement.
Yes.
Until I got to a place I agreed with what you said about retiring at this age, nothing was happening.
Oh my God.
But when I say, you know what, you got a point.
Yes. Yeah.
You not, when I say point, you're hearing the Lord. And I said, okay. And then we did it. We worked together and started.
We did.
But I couldn't see it at first.
Yeah.
Because I really believe I couldn't see it because I wasn't agreeing with it.
And watching you not agree, but I saw you were getting more frustrated.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about a great job.
Yeah.
You got a great job.
Right.
But you were like, I'm getting older.
Yes.
I've got grandkids now.
Wow.
I want my time back.
Yes.
I don't want to be putting in time to go on vacation.
Yes.
I want to go on vacation when I want. I want to spend more time with my wife. I saw that frustration.
Yeah.
And it was boiling. Because that means you were past time.
Yes,
you were past time.
Right?
Right?
I saw I was bringing it to house.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
And I'm like, don't bring that mess up in here. I was like, no, you don't, brother.
Yes.
We're going to take that on outside.
Yes.
But I still tried to create a habitation for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even,
it was. I could come home and again decompress from that place, and now I'm enjoying the fruit.
You better say it. So I guess, what do you think? I think that's all. You guys can always send us comments. You can ask us questions.
Yes.
Like I said, we've been married 31 years this October. Matter of fact, October of 2024.
Yes.
And that's a long time.
It is.
But you can do it. And it's just time that you do it differently if you're in that space.
Absolutely.
And you really are ready to commit to a change. I'm telling you, you'll be amazed what will happen in a year.
Absolutely.
You will be amazed. So anyway, check us out on the next part as we deal with finances.